Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Kick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show here for today. All right, with us today, Jovan Burts. We got Goran Kucar with us, Ninos, Brad Francis, and Brian Bitler. This is how they'll line up for this evening. Ninos, Francis, Burts, Bitler, Kucar, and I will close this one out. All right, of course, if you know the news, Chris has now moved to the morning show, so I'm flying solo here on the Drive-Thru. So let's get the show underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Prim, where he's been having a monster season this year in the NHL. So let's go over to Skype and bring him in. What's happening?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go. 7 Eastern Time, top of the hour. We got the Phillies here hosting the Dodgers. The Dodgers on the road here laying $1.45, total of 9.
Things around after a rough at least start to their series against the Phillies. The last time they met in Los Angeles. Now they're headed to Philadelphia. After sweeping the Diamondbacks. So they're playing better. The Phillies still doing their thing, being the Phillies a little inconsistent. They have a good lineup, but they don't always show up. And pretty interesting pitching matchup here. Let me see. We got Urias going for the Dodgers. He's, we've talked about him before. I like him quite a bit. I think he's okay. Not their best starter for sure, but he's a pretty solid starter nonetheless. And Suarez having a decent season, kind of on the other side. So if Suarez can have a good game here, it should be interesting. But I think the Dodgers have not only the better but the deeper lineup too. And I think that makes a difference here after off a solid start from Urias.
All right, so we got Ninos here. We're going to go ahead and go with the Dodgers in this one here and go ahead and lay in the $1.45. Yeah, Urias, this season, a couple of things here. Looking at some of the nerdy stats, his strikeouts have come down quite a bit. His control's been good. Ground balls are down, but the home runs approaching 2 home runs per 9 innings, so he's been giving up the long ball. Although some say that the balls were reduced in that last series, the Phillies and Dodgers in LA, because those. But it was also very hot that weekend. I will point that out. I didn't make that note because we were talking about this with Jovan last week. Look out for as the weather got really hot out here in LA. It's not like that now, but it doesn't matter. Well, the Angels will be playing out here this weekend. But anyway, it was a really warm day. But again, Urias is having some issues getting up the long ball.
Yeah, and against this lineup, you have to be careful with that. But, as long as you don't have runners on base before they get those home runs off, you could limit the damage that way. And he should get some run support here. I mean, Suarez is coming off a great season, but, it's still early this year, and he's been hit. And Dodgers got him a little bit last time. Again, I just think it's the lineup that makes the difference in this one, and as long as Urias limits the damage, should do okay.
Yeah, and here's another guy in Suarez. He's pitching to high contact, 17% strikeout rate, 8.2% walks. This hitter's park here. You don't want to pitch to contact, and this is where he could be in some trouble here. Suarez pitching the Dodgers lineup.
Yeah, so they got a homer off him last time. He did complete 7 innings though, so that's not too much. That's not too bad when you're facing the Dodgers, giving up 3 runs there. He's been okay. He's been striking out people, and he hasn't been walking too many. But again, this Dodger lineup is a very disciplined lineup, and they can hit the ball really well too. So if Suarez has a solid outing, it should be like a pretty even pitching matchup. But I got to go with the Dodgers lineup, and they did manage to salvage that series with a comeback late win there. in the last game. But I still think they're looking forward to this series and trying to get a little bit of comeback. They lost that last one 3-1, so the last series 3-1. So they still want to get some wins on the Phillies here.
All right, Ninos here. Dodgers minus 145 against the Phillies. This one will have a start time of 7 Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Al, let's look over at Pick Dogs Premium here. We're doing great work here in the NHL. 2,389 units of profit. That is all documented. Come off a really good day yesterday, showing profit in MLB. All right, we've got with the rain out, about 10 games remaining here in Major League Baseball in the primetime hour. Although we do have a couple of games beginning here at this hour here, so it's 13 games, 12 games still remaining on the card, as well as those 2 from hockey, 1 from the NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs?
I have, as I said earlier before the show, a lot of action for me today in the MLB. I also have 2 plays in the NHL. I have my best bet with each, from each sport in the 3-pack, and I also have a 3-pack in the MLB. So, also some extra plays in baseball as well for everyone on the long-term pass. So make sure you grab one of those or pair me up with the other favorite capper for the 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. I get on board here with El Ninos over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, 2,389 units of profit in the NHL. That is all documented. Of course, Al again with his alphabets, taking his best bet here from the NBA, MLB, NHL, put it together in a 3-pack. Very affordable pricing there for $40. Of course, a lot of individual plays up there from Al, as he's got baseball, he's got NHL, and he's got NBA there sold individually. Also puts a 3-pack in Major League Baseball together. So a lot of action tonight from Al. But again, your best value is to go with the long-term passes. Here we are on the weekend. Maybe a good time to get that 3-day All Sports Pass. You can get all of Al's premium plays here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And all of his premium plays. And when you go over to his handicapper page and make the purchase with that 3-day pass, affordable pricing there, just $90, $30 a day, which is really good pricing. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Al, it's always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, I should be on tomorrow morning and Sunday as well, 10 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune into that with Mitch and the morning crew and us other cappers as well.
That's right. A lot of drive-through caps there. You got Chris, you got Mitch, Brian, and a lot of drive-through cappers tuning in at 10 a.m. Eastern time on the weekends. All right, Al, have a great weekend. We'll talk with you again Monday.
All right, have a good one, Tony.
You got it. El Ninos here on the drive to. Let's continue on our coverage, guys. We'll continue on, and we'll go ahead and bring in Brad Francis here on the drive to. You find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's see if we can bring him in right now. Brad, what's happening?
What's up, Tony? How's life?
It's going great. It's going great. All right, here we go. Action here for tonight. We got the Red Sox hosting the Mariners at 7 p.m. Eastern time with the Red Sox $1.15, total of 9.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Red Sox here at home. I like this pitching matchup for the Red Sox. Robbie Ray will be on the mound for Seattle. Has an ERA of 4.62. He hasn't pitched well. Hasn't been able to locate his stuff this season too well. Wacha would be on the mound for the Red Sox. He has a 1.39 ERA and is 3-0 this season. So he looks like he's about to have a good season. Has some good momentum behind him. And the Red Sox last night, man, they hit the ball great. They dropped 12 runs. Trevor Story absolutely went off. So I think if they get that guy popping in this lineup and doing well, this could be a dangerous lineup. The Red Sox, they're also coming off that series against the Astros where they won 2 out of 3 games. So, look, I see some momentum building for this Red Sox team. I like that they're at home. In Seattle, they've been struggling on the road. They've lost 10 out of their last 14 away games. So, look, I think these teams are headed in different directions at the moment. And this could be a down season for Robbie Ray, just how it's been looking the beginning of this season so far. So, give me the Red Sox. I think this is kind of a steal of a line here. You're not giving up 2 juice with the home team. So, yeah, I like the Red Sox here.
Hard to argue that. Red Sox here minus 115 against the Mariners. I was trying to look deeper into this line because it does seem like a short line here for the Reds. Based on how they're playing, based on Robbie's numbers of an ERA approaching 5, a walk rate at 9%, kind of a low whip. He's been hurt by the home run, but I think it's a lot of those nerdy stats that I talk about. Walker with a pretty good ERA, and of course I don't know if you look at much advanced numbers here, but you're looking at Walker with a FIP approaching 4, and that's because he has a walk rate of 11%. His strikeouts are down just 19%. So you have a lot of contact there. So kind of the nerdy stats are telling you that maybe that ERA is going to go up here for Walker based on the contact and the walks that he's given up.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Tony. You make some good points. I did not look into those stats. You dig deep in there, don't you?
Yeah, well, I dig deep in. I'm trying to find out why this line is short. And again, it's the FIP. Fielding independent, which a lot of these, if you look at some of these advanced statisticians out there, they pretty much have a graph here saying if you give up this many walks, this much contact in today's game, this is where your ERA should be around. And right now we see an ERA 1.38 and a FIP of 3.89. I'm just trying to look into the number why it's so short. I think this is why it is. I think when you look at the FIP and you look at the Rays ERA, it's still better than Rays, but again, maybe that explains why the number is short. But again, as you said, we're going off momentum here, the way the Red Sox are hitting the baseball.
Yeah. And like you were saying, all the people listening, that's why Tony's the best in the business, man. That's why you can trust this guy. Because I didn't look into those stats, but look, like you said, I'm going to go off momentum. I'm going to go off the way, the Red Sox been batting, had a huge night last night. So, yeah, hopefully Wacha could, keep this up, and we'll see. Like you said, he gives up some contact, but, pop flies, things like that, those are still out. So,
yep.
I like you said, I like this line. I like the price. So give me the Red Sox at home,
Can't argue that one. Red Sox minus 115 against the Mariners. This one will have a start time here at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can watch it over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Brad, let's click over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight action. Showing good results in the NBA for this season. We do have that one NBA game up there with 2 hockey and at least a dozen here from Major League Baseball still to start. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got a Fired Up Friday 3-pack. Got my best play in the MLB, best play in the NHL, and best play in the NBA. Coming off 2 straight winning days, so feeling confident. Just like the Red Sox, we're feeling some momentum, so it's a good time to hop on. Of course, you got the 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Can't beat any of that. I'm ready to have a great weekend. So, like I said, good time to hop on.
Yeah, get on board here with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs Premium. Come off of winning days. He said the past 2 days showing profit here in NBA as well as NHL for this season. Of course, he does have a fired up 3-pack up there on the board, taking his best bets here from NBA, NHL, and MLB, put them together in a 3-pack, affordable pricing up there. Of course, the long-term pass is the way to go with that 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. We're on the weekend here. Good time to get that 3-day pass because you'll get Brad's plays for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All the premium plays there from NBA, NHL. Of course, we'll have full cards here from Major League Baseball here on that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's a good time to get on board here with that 3-day pass here on the weekend because you're guaranteed full cards from baseball. Sometimes you get those wacky Mondays, those wacky Thursdays. Well, that doesn't play into this 3-pack here on the weekend. So 3-day pass is the way to go. You can add a second capper with a 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, so Brad, is always a great having you show. Continue that success, but I know you're looking at chopped at this big MMA card here for tomorrow from Vegas. Of course, you and Mills shot a show on Wednesday and still are up forever up archived up there on the site.
Yeah, check that show out. Me and Mills, we got some good picks. Little underdog I'll give you guys. Take Eric Anders this weekend. My boy Eric Anders. I like that a lot. And look, I think me and Mills, we got the best MMA show on YouTube. It just hasn't caught on yet. So check that out. Help the boys out. And yeah, we'll build there every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's been a pleasure, by the way, Tony.
Absolutely great. Always great having you here on the show. Of course, check out Mills and Brad on that MMA show. Check it out in the archives. I think they have their own category there for the MMA on there or the live streams. Check it out there. And big card coming up on Saturday. All right, Brad, continue your success. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
You got it. Brad Francis here on The Drive to. Let's continue our coverage here. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Jovan Burts will help me out with that. Speaking of Jovan, he's up next. So let's bring in Jovan Burts. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he does great work over on the site and with his premium. So let's bring him in right now. Jovan Burts. Here he is. Jovan, what's happening?
Not much. Just waiting for another big weekend,
Oh, yeah.
All these, conference finals games back to back, basically. I don't know how the NBA's scheduling these games, every other day for these teams, but hey, whatever is better for us.
Better for us, or maybe they need some rest. We get some better games. Maybe they need to spread them out a little bit. They need a couple of days off the way they've been looking. Oh my goodness, some of these blowout games. But fortunately, there are other games up there. We're in the baseball business. We're in the hockey business. So we can keep our eyes on a lot of things going on, especially today here on the show. We got one from baseball, 7 p.m. Eastern time, top of the hour, has the Guardians hosting the Tigers here. The Guardians, $1.15, total of 9.
Yeah, and I'm on the Tigers in this one. Now, both of these teams are on losing streaks. Detroit's on a 2-game losing streak, and Cleveland's on a 3-game losing streak. But, with Detroit, you're dealing with the better pitcher, overwhelmingly better. We got Tariq Skubal on the mound, and, to be honest, he's looking like an early contender for the Cy Young, AL Cy Young. He's probably gonna be the sole representative of the in the All-Star game for the Tigers, and he has a 2.50 ERA. In his last 3 games, even better, 0.95 ERA. So, and he's going up against a pitcher in Aaron Seville who's just giving it up. So 9.85 ERA in his last 3 starts, 10.05 ERA. And I like my chances when you're dealing with someone who's a pitcher on the mound who's pitching real good versus a pitcher who's consistently pitching bad, for not just for one game here or there, but basically the whole season. So, also the Guardians can't hit lefties right now. For the season they're batting 204, and in their last 5, it's an anemic 178. So I like my chances with what I think is a better pitcher on the mound going into this one. Also, in the last 5, the Guardians bullpen, they've been blown up. 6.889 ERA. Yeah, I'm on the Tigers.
All right, we got Jovan here on the Tigers here at minus 105 against the Guardians. Now I'm looking at this here, looking at the weather. Now we're getting to that time of the year when you got to start looking at the weather. We're a month away from summer, and my goodness, look at this today in Cleveland here. We're looking at 84 degrees, and the wind, Jovan, 19 miles per hour, blowing out. And Savali is giving up almost 2 home runs per 9 innings.
Right. I mean, that's just another layer to why I like the Detroit Tigers. I and if I was in the home run props, I'll be taking a look at a couple Tigers. I don't know who, but because I don't look at those, but because Seville, he's gonna have someone flying that ball over the fence.
Yeah, looks that way. And if you're interested in advanced stats here, actually, Scubal's FIP is below his ERA of 2.08, which signals even a decrease in ERA if these numbers hold. So it's been a pretty good year here for Scubal. All right, we got Jovan here on the Tigers, minus 105 against the Guardians. This one will have a start time of 7 p.m. Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Pim here for tonight's action here, showing great results here in NBA. Of course, we have a lot. We have that one NBA game here on the board, which NBA is puzzling some people, but you seem to be on the NBA this year, as well as still about 12 from Major League Baseball. We're going to have some starting here in a few minutes. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to take flight on these books of mine. Take Flight Friday, Western Conference Finals 3-pack. Yeah, I got the winning side in game 2. I also have a quarter bet that I got out there, and I also got a prop bet. I have 2 prop bets in all, but I have 4 plays all in this one game. Leaving Major League Baseball alone for a couple days, digging up in these props. I hit both my prop plays in the last night's game, in the Celtics Heat game. And, I'm just feeling the NBA right now. Been feeling it, since the beginning of the year, and it's going into the playoffs, so check me out on that. You can also check me out on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly, or match me with one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 capital promotional. It's all here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it here with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. Look at these numbers in the NBA, 1,056 units of profit, all documents. So if you visit Jovan's page over at Pick Dogs, go down to Pick History. You can see every play there. It's documented. They're graded immediately here. And of course, Jovan is in action here with this Western Conference final game. 3 plays from this game. He's got it going on right now. He's got a player prop in there. Bang the book there with those 3 picks here from that game. Also, that's what we talked about here. 3 plays here from that Western Conference game, as well as a lot of player props, a first quarter casher, a player prop. So get on board. A lot of action here from Jovan. Instead of buying these plays individually, I suggest buying this is Friday. That 3-day pass is a really good value. That you get all of Jovan's plays for 3 days. Would cover you for the NBA, cover you for MLB here if he gets back in action here to tomorrow, because we'll have full cards here Saturday and Sunday. So the 3-day pass is a great value. Of course, we're going to have NBA here this weekend, so good time to get on board with that. You could add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Jovan, is always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you a little bit here on the recap, but I also know you contribute on the weekend shows, and we see a lot of your videos over on Pick Dogs each night.
Yeah, tomorrow and Sunday gonna put out free picks. Gonna be on the morning shows both days, and putting out these videos every day. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get on it. Let's check out Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. Get on board with those long-term passes. And you can check out his videos every day over on Pick Dogs YouTube channel. All right, Jovan, hang tight. We'll talk with you in a little bit.
Absolutely. I'll be here.
You got it. Jovan Burts here on the drive. Let's continue here on the show. I'm Tony T here. Of course, Chris is now on the morning show. I'll be flying solo here on the drive-thru, and we thank you for all your comments and your picks that you're posting there in the chat room, and we greatly appreciate that. Really good conversations going on. Everybody with a lot of opinion there. So if you haven't paid a visit the chat room. It's going pretty strong today. All right, let's continue on. By the way, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Let's continue on here. We got some hockey coverage, a hockey playoff pick coming in here from Brian Bitler. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. He's also part of the morning crew with that morning show with a lot of good information you get there in the mornings there with Mitch, with Chris, and with Brian Bitler every day over at Pick Dogs, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So let's go ahead and bring in Brian right now. Brian, what's happening?
Oh, not too much. Looking forward to this weekend. We got nice warm weather down here in Philadelphia area. Should be some great NBA playoffs, baseball, hockey. I like all of them. So hopefully we can get hot and roll right through the weekend.
Yep, there's also a big horse race, not too far from in Maryland, but yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend. So here we go at 8 Eastern time. We got the Hurricanes here. Boy, he made that those late goals got to the Rangers.
It broke my heart.
Oh man, it was tough. It's hockey's tough, man. Man, you don't give up a goal for what 58 minutes. Then you give up 2.
You're feeling good. You're sweating the whole game out, and then it just falls apart.
Oh my God, that is the worst, man. That is the worst. You don't get, that's the offense. You got to score more than 1. Anyway, Hurricanes here laying $1.70 here against the Rangers, 8 Eastern time, and the total sits here at 5.5.
I'll tell you what, guys, we saw a ton of heart here from the New York Rangers on Wednesday night, but then the wheels fell off that wagon with about 2 minutes and 23 seconds roughly to go in that one, as they allowed the Hurricanes to tie it up and then eventually lost in overtime. I think I see another Herculean effort here from the Rangers and Carolina goalies. It really would shock me if this game was scoreless in regulation here going into overtime. The under's 5-1-1 Rangers last 7 playoff games as a posted dog, and the under's also 4-1 last 5 meetings in Carolina between these two teams. I'm going to take the under 5.5 Rangers Carolina. I'm very confident this play easily could have been a premium.
Well, you got the number 1 scoring defense facing the number 2 scoring defense in the NHL, right? You think we shouldn't see this nonsense like we're seeing in this Calgary-Edmonton series.
Yeah, and even Calgary-Edmonton, I know people think I'm crazy. Maybe I just like to go against the grain, but I think we're going to see an under. And not that that's not my game, but I think Edmonton-Calgary goes under just because of how many goals went in the net on. It was crazy. But,
yeah.
This is one I like better, Rangers and Carolina under the total.
Yeah, because these are 2 teams with defensive fabrics, right? When they face the Pittsburgh Penguins, Pittsburgh a little bit more on the offensive side.
Yeah, and plus Pittsburgh had some goalie issues in that series, and we had the third stringer in there really stepped up and gave the Penguins a shot in that one. But here, I think we'll see better goaltending. Yeah,
so look for a better goal. And one thing you like too, especially this is why these teams are number 1 and 2 in scoring defense, is they're not in the penalty box. Only 1 power play opportunity there for each team. That's a huge plus there defensively. When you're not putting guys in the box, you guys know how to play defense without causing penalties.
Yep, the penalty. I mean, getting the penalty. I mean, they put their whistle in their pockets normally in the NHL playoffs. But if you get caught on a power play, got to sweat that out. So you don't want to put your team in a bad spot.
No, you certainly don't. Okay, especially if you're betting unders, you don't like to see guys in the bed. That's beautiful.
No.
Only 1 power play on each side on game 1. That's absolutely.
Or empty netters at the end.
Yeah,
you don't want a 2-goal lead.
Oh, heck no, you don't want that at all. But Rangers and Carolina Hurricanes under 5.5. This one will have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. The hockey's on ESPN, the basketball's on TNT. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight. Friday action, great work in the MLB, approaching 1,000 units of profit. Lots of baseball still to go here. I think we've got about 12 games. We're going to have games starting in about 10 minutes here. Of course, we got those 2 from hockey, that one from the NBA. I don't know if you delve into WNBA, but what do you have going on over at the site?
Well, I might get into WNBA once we get into the summertime NBA season closes up. But for me tonight, I got my NBA absolute winning wager for $30 at BigDogs.com. Or you can get two MLB plays along with that NBA best bet. My 3 best bets for $40 at pickdogs.com premium picks. Definitely love the card tonight, especially baseball. There's a few gems in there, and that NBA game should be an easy one. But as we've seen in the NBA, anything's possible night to night.
That's right. Anything can be possible here. To get on board here with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers in baseball have been fantastic here. He's got an NBA Friday absolute winning wager up there. His best bet here from the NBA, so get on board with that. Also, money shots here from MLB. Executive dog there. If he's got his dog of the night here from baseball, he does put together a baseball 3-pack. His best bets together he has a 3-pack. His 2 best bets from baseball, his 1 best bet from the NBA in a 3-pack, affordably priced just $40. It's a good time to get on board with that. Also, a late night winner here from Brian from baseball, so a good time to get on board. But instead of buying these plays individually, on a Friday, the 3-pack is a 3-day pass is a very good value right now because you get the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those days, always full schedules for Major League Baseball, not dealing with that Monday card, the Wednesday card, the Thursday card. You're getting a full schedule here for Major League Baseball, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also, the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, a 3-day all sports house from Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium is a great value there. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, Brian, it's always great having your show. Continue that success, but I know you contribute a lot here to the site, to the Pick Dogs. You're on in the mornings with Mitch. You've got your 2 videos that you put up there. Also, you do the weekend. You're part of the weekend crew as well.
Yeah, make sure you guys check out my Fast 5 free selection video on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, along with my Money in the Bank YouTube play. And every morning at 10:30, somewhere in that time, on the morning show with Chris. And this weekend should have a lot of great cappers on board.
A lot of great cappers on board. Check out the weekends here, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Brian, and of course, we're joined with Mitch and Chris with a lot of drive-through cappers come in with a lot of good free picks and a lot of information. So tune in. All right, Brian, continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week.
All right, Tony, you have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.
You got it. Brian Bitler here on the drive-through. Let's continue our coverage, guys. If you miss any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. All right, now it's time for our European football segment here. You don't call it European soccer. I learned that. It's called European football, so I got to get it right. Unless you're talking about the U.S., then you can call it soccer. But anything outside the U.S., you got to call it football. That's the way to do it. So let's go ahead and bring in Goran Kucar. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. He does great work over there. He's got a show. We'll talk about that a little bit too as well. I'll bring him in right now. Goran, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. Well, nothing much. We are concluding the season. We got a big weekend ahead. We got some key games in EPL, in League One as well. We will decide the winner is Serie A, so lots of exciting things going on.
A lot of exciting things here as we're closing out EPL. A lot of the club football is coming to a summer, late spring close. You got, as you said, you got teams vying for position here for their championship, for Champions League spots, Europa League spots, Europa Conference League spots, and of course, what I like, Goran, is a relegation drama. That always gets me fun. We saw that a little bit with Everton the other night, right? They were excited because they avoided it.
Yeah, Everton saved themselves with that massive turnover in the second half. Tony, they were losing 2-0 at halftime, and then with 3 goals in the second half, they got that precious win. And now the pressure is off, and I don't think there's a better feeling than to get into the final game of the season being safe, not having to lose anything, not having to gain anything, just like, the pressure is totally off of them now. And as you have probably seen, the fans were ecstatic.
That's what I'm going to say. You don't understand how important it is that to when you get relegated, how such a crusher to the fan base. And now you got to get to see it firsthand, how they stormed the field in excitement, like they won the champion, like they won the title or something. That took a lot of. Exactly. Meant a lot to the fans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Everton will get a hefty fine after that because the game wasn't over with them. When the fans started running on the pitch, but I honestly don't think they care. Just staying in the EPL will bring them a lot of money into their cash register, and I'm pretty sure that they are happy about that. But some people say that it's even better when you're fighting for that relegation spot to actually avoid the relegation spot, because it's a completely different feeling than when you're fighting to win the title. So
yeah, that's the relegation drama is something to see. I'm telling you, it's a lot of drama there. All right, here we go. We're going to this German side here, DFB Pokal, I guess we call it here. Sort of a trophy there, a little bit of a little tournament within the club league here in Bundesliga. We got Freiburg take on Leipzig.
Yeah, it's the German equivalent of the FA Cup. We can call it like that. So DFB Pokal, we have two solid teams, and I'm going to say that Leipzig has concluded the season a bit on a slightly better note that Freiburg has. Freiburg has qualified for the Europa League. I believe they ended fifth in the standings, while Leipzig ended fourth, and they will be going to the Champions League. But I think this is going to be a fantastic match. These are two teams who are not winning a lot of trophies, and this is a perfect chance for them to get one of the big ones in Germany, Tony. I think it's going to be a fairly open game because, let's be honest, neither team can play well defensively. So I think whoever outscores here, whoever uses their chances more efficiently in this game is going to be the winner, Tony. I'm leaning towards Leipzig just because I think they have a bit more quality and depth. But I'm going to stick to goals. I think we see at least one goals on each side, and I think that Leipzig will get a win, honestly. But I'll stick to both teams to score at over 2.5. It's plus 123. Like I said, I expect a fairly open game. Neither team has injuries right now. They're healthy, and I think they will both go for the win, and that will give us a nice open game.
All right, we got Goran here on record here in this play here. TFB Pokal. Freiburg and Leipzig, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals to return plus 123. You know, Goran, I think some of the American audiences, they don't really quite understand these little tournaments within the league play. I think they're getting to understand what Champions League is, but we seem to tend to poo-poo unless you're winning the league title or winning a championship out here in the United States. We have obviously a huge U.S. audience here. They kind of poo-poo anything else unless you win the championship, but I take it here from European football and even all across the globe and these type of things that the players themselves would play this more for their fan base and of course their ownership. I think they appreciate the owner, how these things are so important to the overall franchise more so than their own personal selves.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? And those, let's call them weaker teams in the league or average teams, they more so focus on maybe the cup competitions or maybe the Conference League, Europa League, just because they can't really do anything in the league, and the leagues are played differently than in the NBA or NFL or NHL even. So there's no playoffs in most of them. There are playoffs in some leagues, but in the top 5 leagues, if you're not in the top 5, you don't get anything. So if you're in 9th, 10th, 11th place, all you get is maybe a prize before the season that comes from the TV contract or whatever. But apart from that, you get nothing. That's why EPL alone has, like, I think 3 other competitions apart from the EPL league alone. So they have FA Cup, they have League Cup, and I believe there is one more cup. So, when you're a country that has thousands of clubs in pretty much all different divisions, you got to put out the different competitions because it's not fun when you don't win anything, right?
Right.
That's the opportunity for all those smaller teams and kind of weaker teams to do something for their clubs, their fans, and for themselves.
Yeah, that's no doubt about that. All right, here we go with this one. Freiburg, Leipzig, both teams score and over 2.5 goals to return, plus 123. All right, Goran, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Screamer for this weekend. He said we still have some club action out there. I know EPL is closing out. There's some club action going on. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs? We're showing some great results over the past 30 days, over 1,500 units of profit.
Yeah, EPL is closing out on Sunday, Tony. We still have to decide the team that's going to get relegated and the team that's going to win the title. It's either going to be Manchester City or Liverpool. Bundesliga is done. League One winner has been decided, but we have some Champions League battle going on. So Serie A is, I would say, most exciting right now. We got Inter and Milan, 2 teams from the same city, and 2 teams that are playing on the same stadium are going head-to-head with for that title. But we have a big weekend, Tony. We have a lot of games. For tomorrow, I'll probably have a 5-pack. And for Sunday, I'll probably have 2 3-packs, one with doubles, one with singles. But I'm going to do my best to put together a nice winning pack, Tony, for tomorrow. I already have a nice plus 300 play that I will probably put as a preview. So check those out, guys.
Yeah, guys, get on board with going over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, 1,051 1531 units of profit. That is all documented. By the way, if you go to Pick Dogs Premium, go to Goran's handicapper page and scroll down to where it says pick history. There you'll be able to see all the plays that he posts up there. They're all documented. They're all graded there immediately, so you can be sure that when you go to the site, you'll be able to, you see the records, you can validate them as these plays are recorded and graded very quickly. So good time to get on board here with Goran over at Pick Dogs Premium. Matter of fact, when you look over at his site, he's got a 3-day and a 7-day all sports pass available there, so you can get on board with some of his long-term plays. Of course, we're looking here pretty soon here at some club league. Anything early next week, Goran? I know Champions League is about a little more than a week away, the final.
Yeah, we do have the Conference League final, Tony. I believe that's on Wednesday, and then we have the Champions League that is on Saturday. That's being played in Paris between Real Madrid and Liverpool, and I think it's Liverpool payback time for that Champions League finals from a few years ago when they lost. So I think it's going to be an exciting end of the season in the Champions League.
That's right, guys. So get on board here with Goran. He's got his plays up there, a 3- and 7-day pass, and check out for Saturday's action there. You'll find some plays from him as well, from individual plays on packs that he sets up. All right, Goran, it's always great having you show. Before we let you go, I know you got a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. You do a show every day. I know you and Chris put together a European Football League show with a lot of picks there. Also written content, also standalone videos on the site.
Yeah, exactly. And we have 2 big shows coming up this weekend, Tony. 9 a.m. Eastern on the Saturday and Sunday. We got a lot of games to talk about. And, of course, you mentioned the videos. Those will be up on YouTube later on today. We do give out parlays on the live show, and we do a video parlay as well. So make sure to stay tuned for those guys. We have been killing it with those parlays, and we actually got a bit braver today on the live show. Plus 664 parlay, a 3-legger from me and Chris. So check those out as well, guys.
Check them out, Goran Kucar. Check out the YouTube channel that's organized greatly there. You can find the soccer live shows there and all the live content there from Goran on the site. All right, Goran, have yourself a great weekend. We'll talk with you again next week.
Jerry, weekend, Tony, and see you next week.
See you next week. Goran Kucar here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on with the coverage, guys. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. Jovan will help me out with that. Let's continue on here with the Drive Thru. Now it's time for my picks. So let me go ahead and put it up. We're going to be looking at an underdog here from baseball tonight. And let me get the information for you up here. We're looking at the Blue Jays and Reds game. Blue Jays $1.80. Total sits here at that 8th. We're going to be looking at the Reds here. We're going to take the plus money here, the plus 160. We do have Luis Castillo to get the start here for Cincinnati. He returned from the injured list. Started 2 games, have allowed 6 earned runs in 9 2/3 innings. It's a real short sample with his numbers, but really good starting pitcher. I think he'll get his act together here. But Hyun-Jin Ryu is the one that I have my questions about. You know, he's had a forearm injury. He started 3 games this year, 12 earned runs, 3 homers allowed in 12 innings of work. The lefty, his strikeout rate has plummeted down to 15%. The ground ball is still pretty good, but the home runs, 2.25 home runs per 9 innings. Listen, the Reds have won. I know the Reds got off to that horrible start. That's a bad news. The good news, it happened to start the season. So there's still time to salvage something from this season. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but there's still, you still have a lot of season in front of you, just barely in May. And they've won 7 of their past 10. They swept that 2-game series here with Cleveland. Blue Jays have dropped 7 of 10. I'm going to go ahead and take the big plus here with Cincinnati plus the 160. Guys, check out Pick Dogs. I have a 3-pack right now from Major League Baseball. My 3 best bets here from Major League Baseball right now up on the board. I'm showing great results this year in baseball. I think close to 900 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs. So get on board with that. I'm also part of the 2-point cap promotion, so you can match me up with all the cappers you see here on the show. With Goran, you can match me up here with Brian Bitler, Brad Francis, Ninos, Jovan. 2-for-1 cap promotion. It's your best value there over at Pick Dogs. All right, let's continue on here with the show. As promised, it's time for the recap. So let's bring in Jovan. He'll help me out with a recap for tonight. We got to start here with Ninos. Ninos says go ahead and take the Dodgers minus 145 against the Phillies. Brad Francis, Red Sox minus 115 against the Mariners. Jovan was on the Tigers minus 105 against the Guardians. Brian says Rangers Hurricanes under 5.5 goals. Goran says Freiburg Leipzig. Both teams to score on over 2.5 goals. The return plus 123. Yours truly on the Reds plus 160 against the Blue Jays. All right, Jovan, other than your pick, which one do you like the best? I think we got you on mute.
I like the Reds. I like that plus money. Hyun-Jin Ryu, he should give it up. And at this point, you have more faith in the Reds team, who's 7-3 in their last 10 with a established pitcher in the league. So yeah, the Reds.
Yep, we're looking at the Reds, and I'm going to look here at that Red Sox minus 115 here against the Mariners in that one. I'm a little nervous with. I like the Tigers as well, but that wind blowing out, so that gets me a little nervous, Jovan, when you got an 18-mile-an-hour wind going back. I know Screwball's a better pitcher, but I mean the way the Red Sox have been hitting, Walker's been pretty good. Ray has been getting up to home runs as well, so I think that'll. Those two I like the best actually. The Tigers, you could put them together in a parlay. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Right. Hey. Looks like a good parlay.
Looks like a good parlay there. I don't know if it might have been. I don't think it was Jovan's parlay. I'm just saying it may have been, but you never know because you do a parlay up there, right?
Yeah, I throw up a parlay every night.
There you go, parlay every night. Forgot to mention that, guys. You're looking for parlays? Get it from Jovan. He's got them up there on Pick Dogs every night. So check the YouTube channel over there for Jovan's parlay as well as the videos that he contributes. All right, that'll do it here for this edition of the Drive Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Pick Dogs. They'll give out the live picks on the show here on, and be sure to tune in, like, and subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. You doing that. Don't forget, it all gets started here on the weekend, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. You got Mitch. You got Chris, you got Brian. A lot of the drive-through cappers in there. You'll find Jovan in the show as well, giving out live free picks for that weekend's action. So make sure you guys tune in. All right, let's go ahead. Let's bring in the crew from night. Wait, good night to you guys. Have